Hello everyone and welcome to a new week's reading vlog. I'm coming at you at 12:03 in the morning, but I just finished Queen of Volts by Amanda Foody. It was okay. I just got a little disappointed with character development. I thought Levi had fantastic character development, but everyone else felt very rushed or very choppy, and it didn't really make sense for almost everyone else. And it really annoyed me how just the loyalties of these people just didn't make any sense to me. And the people, there's only like 3 rational people, I feel like, in this whole book, and we follow so many points of views. Which leads me to another problem. I feel like there was just too many. I feel like it gave away too much, but then also, like, with all those point of views, I got so confused on who was who and what their talents were. I wish there had been a guide at the beginning to be like, here's a person, here's their talent, here's what that talent means. Because by the end, we got so many of them that I'm just like, I don't know what half of these are. And yes, part of that is probably because I can't remember a whole lot of King of Fools, but I still feel like something like this should definitely be in like a key. And that was a bummer. Then the last 60 pages were a slog. I felt like it kept, okay, this is gonna be the end. Okay, this is gonna be at the end. Okay, this is gonna be at the end. Nope, nope, nope. This is the end. And it was just like, oh my God, like, get on with it. Another problem is how confusing it was. I felt like this book was just so confusing. I feel like Amanda Foody did not do a great job at explaining the rules. Was so just not there, and it just confused the hell out of me. So yeah, I wish there had been a lot more explanation of the magic rules and how stuff works, because it didn't make sense to me at all. My biggest problem though is that I don't think this book was necessary in the least. I feel like they almost ended up basically where they started at the end of book 2. And it just felt so unnecessary. This felt like the book, the whole plot was not connected to either of the other books. I feel like this would have been an interesting standalone in this world, with the duology having come before, but different characters, like N and Levi not being the main characters, having someone else, because this was almost just a story all in of itself. Like, it was contained. And I feel like with how this ended, it would have been really easy to add another 50 pages onto King of Fools and wrap that up and make that a duology. I think I'm gonna stick with a 3.5, but we'll see. Right now on Goodreads, it's a 4, which I might change later, but for now, that's what it is. But let's go over my TBR for the week. So this week, I'm going to be going to Salt Lake City with my dad. He has a surgery, and we're going to be there Monday through Wednesday if all goes well. If stuff happens, then we do have to stay extra days. It is an arc-heavy week. It's all arcs, actually. So the first one I want to read is Northern Wrath. This was about the person who can walk between life and death, and they foretell Odin's death. Something like that. Honestly, I really don't know. This is one of the arcs that I've had on my TBR for the longest, but it's actually coming out this month, so I definitely need to get on it. The next book is The Bookweavers Daughter. This takes place in ancient India, I believe, and it has to do with mythology. I honestly don't know like what any of these books are about, which is good. Great, that's nice. Then Bone Shard's Daughter, which also comes out this month, which I actually might have missed the release date for. Nope, it's tomorrow. But NetGalley doesn't have a expiration date for it, so I'm just going to get to it when I can and post the review after the book comes out. Then I'm reading When the Earl Met His Match, which is gonna be just a fun romance, historical romance. And then A House at the Bottom of the Lake, which confuses me as to why it's an arc, because the book's been out for a while. Like, I feel like a few years, and so I don't know why it's still an arc on NetGalley. But I requested it because I'd heard about it and I was intrigued, and I got it. So that is my TBR. I also want to listen to more of Lancaster and York. I did not finish it last week. Nowhere near. But I am driving my dad and me back. It is a 4-hour drive at the best of times. So I'm hoping that I'll be able to get some really good listening in as I drive. Hi guys, it's Tuesday. I was right, I did not talk to you guys yesterday. I just was very busy. I was just driving and then I got here and we went out and then we just kind of came home, hung out, and went to sleep. I am 40% the way through Northern Wrath. It's okay. I'm having a hard time with books that don't have any sort of plot, because there are scenes and stuff happens, but I don't know what the point is. And it's 700 pages, but I am 280 pages through it. So you'd think by now there would be some sort of plot, but it just seems like characters are just like, okay, let's do this. Okay, let's do this. Okay, now I'm gonna do this. And none of it really seems to have a reason. But yeah, the writing's good. I like the characters. There's like 5 points of view and I only really care about one. So, you know, and then Salt Lake is insane. I dropped my dad off at the hospital today, and then it's my first time ever driving in a city. And Salt Lake was really like, oh, it's your first time? Let me give you some hurricane force winds, debris all over the road, and no working stoplights. It was a good time. Let me try and show you outside the wind. Here's the wind. Like, while I was sitting at breakfast, 3 trees fell over into the road. Other than that, nothing else is going on. I am just going to stay inside all day. That's what I'm gonna do. I was planning on going out into Salt Lake and going and trying this Chinese supermarket, try and get some interesting food, but that's not happening because I'm not leaving. So today I'm just gonna read more of Northern Wrath. I'm trying to finish it today, and then more of Castlevania and more of the Great British Baking Show. So I think it's gonna be a super friggin' lazy day. And I'm a little bummed that I didn't bring my workout clothes because I think there is a gym and I think it is open. I just had assumed that it wouldn't be. So I'm a little bummed there because I definitely could have gone to the gym. But instead I'm just gonna laze around all day and not do anything. And I'll talk to you later. Hi everyone, it is 4:17 and I am 420 pages through Northern Wrath. I just took a shower. I'm feeling nice and refreshed. Still probably not gonna go out anywhere because the wind is still voracious, but I do feel I've been lazing around in bed for the first time ever. Like, I haven't left my room since breakfast, and so I'm feeling a lot better. I'm not feeling as like kind of gross and, you know, because usually the only time I lay around in bed is when I'm sick. So when I'm just laying around in bed just for the fun of it, I feel kind of weird. But Northern Wrath, I'm enjoying more, but still not loving it. I still feel like, so I'm 60% of the way through this book. I only have 280 pages left, which is a lot, but out of 700 pages, not that much. And it's just, I don't feel like there's a cohesive storyline for any of the point of views. None of the characters seem to really have any storyline. And we follow like 3 main storylines, but then we get points of view from like so many other people. And it just doesn't really make sense. It's just like, why are we following all these people when we really only need to follow these main 3? And it just doesn't really work for me. I'm just not really motivated. I'm not like, yes, what's gonna happen next? Where are they going next on their journey to do this? Because there is no this. And I'm just not sure what the climax would be. It's like, what are they even working towards? Something that really annoys me about our main character is that for a good chunk of this book, she is working towards something. She is like specifically like, help me get here, help me do this, boom, boom, boom. And then finally she gets there and she does it, and then she just stops and she leaves it all behind and leaves. And it's like, what? Because it didn't go exactly her way. And it's just like, then what was the point of all this? This so did not need to be 700 pages. Like, really, it already feels like we're coming upon what could have been a climax if this had been the plot line that they were working towards, which maybe it is. I just don't know. And so I think it would have been fine at like 450, maybe 500 pages.
And that's because it feels like they're coming upon the climax already, or in the middle of the climax if the battle had been explained better. Because right now, like, nothing is being explained in this fight. It's just like chaos. And there was a fight earlier that it felt the same exact way, where you're just like, wait, what even happened? Like, characters keeping like, I'm the last one alive from this. And I'm like, wait, like, when were people killed? Like, how did you get here? How did this happen? Because it just feels so disjointed. And yeah, so I'm not a huge fan, but if this battle scene had been done better, I think this would have felt like a really great climax, but we still have 280 pages left. We'll see. But I'm gonna take a break. I'm gonna watch some Castlevania, hopefully around like 2 episodes, and then get back to reading, and I'll talk to you all probably when I finish. Hi guys. I've been thinking, shocking, I know, instead of reading 280 pages of this that I'm not loving, maybe I'll put it down for now and read the 250 page The Bookweaver's Daughter, which went towards Becca's Bookoplathon chance card, and I just pulled out The Bookweaver's Daughter. But I will consider something that I'm gonna read in Alice's Adventures in Wonderland readathon for a dark cover, and that'll be Arusha and the End of Time. Now that my TBR has gone up, I can talk about it. Same with, so instead of the Blacksmith Queen being for the first in a series, I'm gonna do the Train to Impossible Places will be for the first book in a series, and then a book with the dark cover will be for Arusha and the End of Time. I think that's what I'm going to do, because Northern Wrath just isn't doing it for me. And then tomorrow, instead, I will give myself 2 days to read The Bone Shard Daughter, which is 400 pages. So that would be nice. And I will chat with you once I've read some, if not all, of The Bookweaver's Daughter. Hi guys. So today is the day of complaining, basically. I'm 50 pages through The Bookweaver's Daughter. It's not very good. The summary boasts that was written by this author when she was 17, and boy is it obvious. It's so just average. It's lacking in any detail. The writing is just so just like, and then they did this, and then they did this, and then they did this, and then they did this. There's no description, there's barely any action. It's just like, it's just not great. And I don't know, it's just, I feel like things are a little too convenient for both the villain and the hero. Like, so this isn't a spoiler because it's in the summary, but our main character is the daughter of the Bookweaver, which is an ancient line of people who, when the world was created, these 3 brothers were brought into existence. One is the Light Weaver, one is the Song Weaver, and one is the Book Weaver, and they do different things. And they realized that apart, they were only parts of people, but together they were humanity. And like, ugh, you know, which is like, I'm like, okay, song, story, and whatever Light Weaver was, it's just like so stereotypically cliche. And then, you know, each one, whenever they died, their heir would take over, and so she and her father are in hiding because he's the current book weaver, and this guy just like took over the country and outlawed book weavers. I don't really get why. Like, there's only one of them, and they could help you, like, ally yourself with them because they're like this myth and legend or something. And she's already, like, just the plot happened way too fast. But it's just like, I don't know. It's the choices she's making and the choices her best friend is making are questionable and just a little too easy. And I don't know. I'm having a hard time picturing 2 15-year-old girls doing this. Like, are you serious? It's just not good. And the ratings on Goodreads prove that I'm right, because the average rating is a 2.94. Not good. So yeah, I'm a little bummed. And this is like, I don't know. I feel like this month is already shaping up to not be a good reading month. Besides Queen of Volts and Lost Book of White, I haven't finished a book. And that's not good. I'm gonna finish this because it's short. I only have 200 pages left, and I'm hoping that The Bone Shard Daughter is good, but it also kind of seems to be following some classic YA tropes. I do have to plug in my Kindle So I'm gonna watch some more of Castlevania while I do so, order dinner, and then talk to you guys later, maybe when I finish the Bookweavers Daughter. Unless, no, I shouldn't, I can't, this will be terrible. Unless I DNF it, which I'm not going to do yet, but it's just very lackluster. But anyways, if I do, I could just put in a pile like all the books that are in the Adventures Through Wonderland readathon and pick one from that and say that's my chance card, even though it's supposed to be equal number books you're not interested in reading and books you are. I might just have to do that if I don't get through the Bookweaver's Daughter, even though it's super short, so I should be able to. And it's, I don't know if it's a standalone or if Goodreads just doesn't know if it's a series, but if it is a standalone, it's not gonna be good because it is going to wrap up way too fast. We'll see. I'll talk to you later. Hi. Yeah, I'm a mess. I don't know. I don't want to read the Bookweaver's Daughter. I don't want to. This is not good. I think I'm definitely hitting a reading slump. Big time. I'm not interested in any of the books. Kind of on the rest of my month's TBR. But that's okay because I'm so much more motivated when I've got like a week readathon. So like next week is Alice's Adventures Through Wonderland readathon, and then the next week is the Buzzwordathon. Then I have to read The Hobbit. So like the rest of my month is super planned out. Oh, this is awful. I don't know. I'm definitely hitting a slump. Haven't been in a reading slump in a while. I guess April, but not this bad. I don't know what to do. Hopefully next week and the week after will cure me of this. Maybe a nice historical romance will get me out of this. Maybe I'll start when the Earl met his match. Because tomorrow I really don't want to put a long book, but maybe I'll just do the Bone Shard Daughter because it's 400 pages, so I'll just have to read 200 tomorrow and then 200 on Thursday. And then when the Earl met his match, which is only 300 pages. Per Goodreads, this is all per Goodreads. And then The House at the Bottom of the Lake, which is also short. So honestly, the rest of the books on my TBR aren't too long. And like the one that's like slightly longer than the others, I'm giving 2 days to. So this should be fine. We'll see. I'll talk to you later. Okay, guys. House at the Bottom of the Lake only has 118 pages. I knew it was short. I didn't realize it was that short. I'm gonna read that right now. And this goes towards friend pick because it was Princess Night, but I didn't read it. So, or I DNF'd the first one. So my best friend had sent me, she's like, I really like Princess Night, like the name of it. So boom. And then she's like, but I also really like the aesthetic of A House at the Bottom of the Lake. And I was like, well, I want to read Princess Night for a readathon. She was like, great, okay. But now I'm gonna read House at the Bottom of the Lake instead. So boom, perfect. It's about teenagers who find a house at the bottom of the lake. Obviously. I'll probably just update you if I DNF, which please don't DNF another one. Oh no. I'll update you either if I DNF it or if I finish it. Bye. Well, all I can say is this is the wrong book to read alone. I'm scared. It's scary. I might be a wimp. I do not read horror novels at all, but I'm scared. Josh Mallerman is doing such a great job at building suspense. I mean, they're always underwater. Oh my god, I love scuba diving. I am such a huge fan of scuba diving. I go a lot. So like, it's not the fact that they're underwater that's scary. It's just like, it can't scream. Not that anything has happened for them to scream yet, but oh my god, this is like, oh, I'm getting like choked up and cringing. I might have to actually watch something while I read it so that I'm not just stuck and my phone just vibrated. Oh my god, that's scary. Oh no, I'm really like, whew. But good news is I'm enjoying it. I'm 61%. Sorry, I keep looking at my mirror because I keep expecting something to be there. I'm 61% of the way through it and really enjoying it. So I think I'm gonna have to watch something while I read this so that I just don't get scared too easy, like Great British Bake Off. I'm scared. Oh no, this is not good. I'm alone in a hotel room. Hotel rooms, you know how haunted hotels can be? Oh my gosh, okay, I keep getting text message. Okay, I'm gonna have to go. I'm scared. I'll talk to you after. It's 9:09 at night. I chose the wrong time to read this. I didn't realize it was gonna be horror. I don't know what I thought it was gonna be, but then I checked Goodreads and it is the top tag or genre. Frick. Okay, I keep looking at this mirror expecting something to be in it. I'm screwed. Hi guys, what time is it? 10. I just finished the book. Wow, I thought that was so good. It was so scary. Yeah, really scary. I'm also a wimp, so like there's that. You know, I've never read a book that actually like gave me the feeling of a horror movie, of a good horror. Sorry, I keep looking at the mirror because I'm just scared something's gonna be in the mirror, which is, the book had nothing to do with mirrors, but there we are. Had to do with water though, and water can sometimes be like looking at a mirror. But it gave me the same feeling as a good horror movie well, and that doesn't happen often, if at all. I don't think, even like The Shining, and I listened to that, so like I feel like listening to a horror book could be worse than like reading it, and it didn't do it for me. But this, yeah, this was scary. This was really good. I'm gonna give it a 5 out of 5 stars. It was scary. Fuck. Yeah, am I gonna be able to sleep? We'll see. I like want to turn on the TV even though I'm not going to be watching it, and like, but I don't want to like get out of bed. I also have to go to the bathroom, but like the bathroom's dark. I'm a baby. But yeah, so good times.
Good morning, everyone. It's Wednesday. My dad is getting released at 11 and it's 9, so I'm going to get ready, go get some breakfast, come back, clean up, and then check out and go get him. I'm not allowed in the hospital, so I don't really have to leave until I'm going to get there right at 11. So yeah, so I'm going to go eat breakfast, and I don't know, maybe I'll have some time to read, but probably not. But yeah, so I will chat with you guys. I don't know if I'll chat with you before I leave. If I have time to read, I'll chat on my overall, or on my early thoughts on When the Earl Met His Match. But if I don't, then I will chat with you when I get home. We've got a friend, one of my dad's old doctor friends, who's staying with us for a week to help, so that'll be nice. I don't know if I'm going to be vlogging a whole lot. I mean, who cares? This vlog's a total mess, right? Like, you know, if it's only 10 minutes, it's only 10 minutes. I was able to get to sleep just fine last night, even though it was scary. It was all fine. It was very good though. My 5 stars still stands because I've never had a book elicit that emotion from me. But I'm gonna go get breakfast, or first get ready because I am in my PJs, and then go get breakfast, and I'll chat with you all later. Hi everyone. It's Friday. It's been a couple days, I know. It's just been a little hectic with my dad not being able to be doing as much as he usually can, so I've been doing a lot for him, and so I just haven't had a lot of time to update. But I have made progress on When the Earl Met His Match. I'm halfway through it. It's fine. I'm finding it very average. There's been no steamy moments at all. Like, she's tried, but it's been like they barely kissed and she lit up, and I'm like, okay, like this just, it's unrealistic. There is great representation. The love interest is mute, which I haven't read ever in a book. I think I might be totally wrong, but so that's great representation. I like our main character well enough. There is a trope that I absolutely hate that's being used. I'm not going to say what it is because it is a spoiler, but like kind of minimal because it happens really fast, and I just hate this trope, and I think it could have definitely done without it. Yeah, but I'm 150 pages into it. I'm halfway through. I'm gonna finish it today. But yeah, I'm feeling very average about it, and it has that trope that instantly really brings it down for me because I absolutely hate it. So yeah, it's just barely anything has happened. I don't know how we filled 150 pages of nothing almost. And yeah, it's just pretty average. Pretty average, honestly. The writing isn't anything. Oh my god, the dialogue is terrible. The dialogue is so stilted, and it's like everything is said with as many words as possible, and there's no contractions, and it's like, methinks, blah, blah, blah. And it's just like, ugh, I hate it. I hate that writing style. I hate that dialogue style. And then I also am more than halfway through Lancaster and York, which was to read a sad book for Becca's Bookoplathon. And it's good. I'm enjoying it. It's nice to see like what really led up to the War of the Roses, because I've read a lot about like during and after, but I was not really that knowledgeable about the lead up. So that is interesting. I am enjoying it. I literally just passed the 50% mark. But yeah, that's all I've got for you guys right now. With When the Earl Met His Match, it is going towards like a 2.75 or 3 out of 5 stars. I don't hate it, but I definitely don't like it. I'm feeling very, very just meh about it. But I will talk to you all when I finish it. Hi guys, it's Saturday night. It's 11. This week is gonna be short and a mess, but it's kind of what this week has been. Couple things. My tripod broke, which is great already. I've had this for a month and it broke, so that sucks. I'm gonna look into another one. I did recently pay off my student loan, so I'm a little bit tight on cash, so I'm going to wait until my next paycheck. So for now it's gonna be shaky hand holding. But another update is that I DNF'd When the Earl Met His Match. It had one trope that I really, really hate in books. And I'm gonna tell you just as a forewarning, so if you don't want spoilers, just wait till my hand goes down. But that is unplanned pregnancy. Not even with the main love interest. I don't like it. I've never liked that trope, and this was no different. Other than that trope, there was definitely another very used trope that I didn't know was gonna happen until like it started, and I could just see exactly where it was going to go, and I just didn't want to. The dialogue just got even more on my nerves, and it was just, it just wasn't working for me, so I did DNF it. So now for Becca's Bookoplathon to read an adult book, I'm going to read The Hobbit, which was already on my TBR. I'm already reading it, so I'm going to read that for this prompt. So I did start The Bookweavers Daughter, and I'm 30% of the way through, and I am enjoying it. I like the premise. I like our characters. We follow 4 characters, 3 of them more main than the 4th, and one thing that I do wish, it starts very in media res, which I enjoy, but I wish there was more world building and explanation, because right now it's very much just thrown into the thick of it. You don't really understand how the magic system works. You don't really understand the world and the politics. You just know one of our main characters' dads is the emperor, and that's like about it. I don't really understand the rest of the politics. So I do wish there was a bit more explanation of that side of things, because 3 of our main characters are in different places than like the imperial island. So it's like, does he just rule over a bunch of islands? Is he trying to conquer these other islands? Is there like a continent? But none of that has really been talked about. So I do wish that had more. And I don't know, I wish that the summary had spoken a bit more about our 3 other POVs, because they talk about the princess, but that's it. Like, I had no idea this was going to be a multiple POV story until we got the 2nd POV, and then the 3rd, and then the 4th. And it was like, oh, huh. I do wish that they had brought it more so that I knew going in kind of what to expect. I know one of them is supposed to be very vague, so I appreciate that one for what it is. And then another thing that's kind of annoying me is our main character got really sick when she was younger, and this isn't really a spoiler because it's pretty much brought up immediately, and it caused her to lose her memory. And this was because her dad took in this boy, this village boy, to be kind of his foster son, and he brought an illness with him, and they both got sick, and he recovered his memories and she didn't, and her dad now uses it against her. Like, well, if you can't remember like before this event, how can I trust you with secrets? Maybe I'll just give him the empire. And it's like, wait, it's the boy's fault that she can't remember. And he doesn't like her, and he's very rude to her, and her dad keeps using it against her. And it's like, excuse me, is this boy's fault that your daughter can't remember anything? Like, what? Like, I just don't get it. And I don't think it's like sexism per se, because women in this book have roles. Like, a character that we met who's kind of like supposed to be like a villain was like a female guard captain or soldier captain, and then like there's female monks and stuff. So I don't think it's not like from a sexist point of view. It's just like he likes this foster boy more than his own daughter, and so he wants him in power even though he's terrible. One of our main characters is gay. She's got a female love interest, which is amazing. Yeah, I continue to listen to Lancaster and York. It's going well. And Bookweavers Daughter goes towards read a book with a light cover. Most of the cover is white. And I'm gonna try, it's 11:15. So I might not be able to get to quite 50%, but I don't have like any plans tomorrow. So hopefully I'll be able to get a lot of reading done. Yeah, today I did have to go to a funeral, which sucked. That was a bummer. Obviously. So that took up a few hours, and I'm just definitely in a slump. Like, I have to kind of be like, okay, Max, like, pick up a book, when usually I'm like, oh, I'm not doing anything, book. Now it's a Great British Baking Show, but I'm on the last season of my third rewatch of the series. So yeah, soon enough that'll be over with. But I'm gonna read as much as I can tonight, and I will talk to you all tomorrow. Hi guys, it's 11:45 on Sunday, and I have 100 pages to go in the Bookweavers Daughter. So my plan for tomorrow is to read the last 100 pages of this and end this vlog, and then start my Adventures Through Wonderland vlog, because the first book I'm reading tomorrow is First Test, and it's literally just over 200 pages. So I should definitely be able to finish the Bookweavers Daughter and that one. Hopefully, you know, we'll see with my awful reputation these days. But yeah, I am liking it a lot. Our main character is a little stupid. She figured something out, like, about herself very briefly. She's like, what does this mean? And you're like, it's so obvious what this means. And she might have just been in denial, but I wish we could have seen her fight it more before the big reveal came. Like, so that we could see, like, yeah, she's totally in denial, but she's like, you know, starting to accept it before the big reveal. But no, she was just like stupid. But I do like her. It's just she's been doing some stupid stuff. And I do really like our other main character, Jovis. It's an awful name. He's definitely one of those reluctant heroes, and I do like how two of the plot lines have come together, and I'm really excited to see how the other one does, because our fourth one is a girl whose name is Sand, and she's starting to become kind of self-aware, let's say. I don't know what she is, because I thought she was a construct at first, which is like the bone magic people, or the people who are created, the creatures created by the bone magic, but then I realized she isn't, and she's someone else, and it's just like all tying together, and I am enjoying that quite a lot. So far, I think I'm probably gonna give it between a 4 and a 5 star. Probably not a 5 star because it's not like blowing my mind, but in between, unless something really goes wrong with these last 100 pages, I think I will, and that's nice considering all of the DNFs I've had, especially this week. But I'm gonna go to bed now. I have work in the morning. I haven't worked in a week. I like holidays. So I'm going to finish this tomorrow, and I will chat with you then. Hi guys! So it is Monday night, and I just finished Bookweavers Daughter. Yes! Way later than I planned. It's just all going to crap, but that's fine. And now I'm in the mood to read. So I'm going to go hopefully start and finish First Test, but that'll be next week's vlog. So, Bookweavers Daughter, I ended up really liking it. I gave it like a 4.25 out of 5 stars. Couple things did annoy me. I think there should have been better world building. I posted my review on Goodreads, and it's a little bit more comprehensive, but just like, you know, how does a caste system work? Why was this emperor chosen? Is bone shard magic the only type of magic? And then like, I know there's gonna be a map in the final version, but is it just islands? Is there a continent and islands? They shouldn't just rely on the map to do that part of the world building, because I have no idea. And then our main character did kind of, you know, she was kind of stupid in some ways. When all the signs were pointing towards something, she just refused to believe it. But not even in that way. She just like, it didn't even factor in her mind that it could be this. But yeah. But overall, I really liked it. I feel like Andrea Stewart did a great job at kind of leading you to think that this is gonna be a plot twist, but in actuality, this is gonna be a plot twist. So it's either gonna be a minor reveal, but I'm like, okay, this is gonna be such an obvious plot twist. Like, yeah, okay, this is what it is, okay, yeah. But then it was like, no, that's just the reveal to lead up to the plot twist. And then another thing, I just kept being like, oh, so she's this, oh, so she's this. And it just, it all was like, nope, actually this is this. And it was really interesting. And then by the end, I was kind of guessing something that hasn't been totally addressed yet, where I was like, okay, so this is it. And Jovis, our male main character, kind of hinted at it. And I was like, yep, okay. But like, great. I am a little confused on one of our 4 points of view, and I know she's gonna be a bigger deal in the coming books, but I just didn't really understand the necessity of her, because I thought she was gonna be someone. Like, I thought it was gonna be like one of the people that one of our 2 main characters has been looking for, but I don't think she is. And that was just kind of like, okay, so what is her, what is she? Like, what is she gonna do? But other than that, I did really like it. I liked how she did plot twists. Yeah, so I did really enjoy it. I do suggest it. It's out now. It's out before I read it, like 6 days before I read it. Whoops. Or finished it. 6 days before I finished it. And yeah, I definitely suggest going and picking it up. It definitely does follow some YA conventions, but you know, neither of the main points of view had a love interest. Only one of our point of views had a love interest. And I kind of like that, even though I think our 2 points of views are going to become love interests. In the first book, they're so focused on their goal and like what they want that they're like, romance, what's that? And I'm like, yes. Another good thing is that our main character is not into her foster brother. Thank God. I was worried. I was worried for a minute that that was going to be the case, but it's not. So let's wrap up this week. It's been a mess. This vlog's probably going to be short because there's nothing, but I did DNF 3 books. I did finish The House at the Bottom of the Lake, which was for Becca's Bookoplathon, a friend pick. And then I did just finish The Bone Shard's Daughter, which was for Becca's Bookoplathon to read a light cover. I really enjoyed both of those, but I did DNF 3 other books, which sucks, but that's how it is. I hope you all enjoyed. Sorry it was a mess, and I will see you soon with another video. Bye.